The desert heat shimmered, a silent, living thing that warped the horizon. Out here, stillness wasn't just a state. It was a predator for Daisy. The only sounds had been the grit of sand against my boots and the frantic thump of my own heart. They thought leaving me in this endless ocean of rust and rock was a death sentence. They were wrong. They'd forgotten what I was, what they'd trained me to be. Every rock, every shadow I saw, not as nature, but as cover. Every gust of wind wasn't a whisper of the wild, but a variable in a calculation. It stripped me of everything, my gear, my comms, my identity. But they couldn't take my skill. They couldn't unwire the instincts they'd spent years burning into my soul. They left me with one thing, though. A keepsake, a heavy steel reminder of their mistake, tucked securely in its holster. They probably thought it was empty. A final, cruel joke. But I remembered a lesson from my first instructor, a man with eyes as old as the canyons themselves. He'd said, "Out here, hope is a mirage. Preparation is the only water you can drink." And I was always prepared. Before they took me, I managed to secure a single precious round. Just one. Not a lot to work with, but in the desert, one is infinitely more than zero. One is a key, one is a message, one is a promise. For 3 days, I tracked them, not by sight, but by the subtle disturbances they left in the sand. The discarded wrappers, the faint smell of their fuel. They were getting careless, complacent. They believed the sun and the silence had already done their work. They saw me as a ghost, a memory faded in the heat. They were camped in the shadow of a monolithic butte, their laughter echoing faintly, a profane sound in this sacred quiet. They felt safe. That was their second mistake. The sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in shades of blood and fire. The desert held its breath. I crept closer, a phantom moving through the twilight. I could see them now, gathered around a small fire, their faces illuminated by the dancing flames, arrogant, confident. The leader, the one who looked me in the eye as he left me to my fate, was cleaning his rifle. Poetic. I found my perch, a rocky outcrop overlooking their camp. The wind died down completely. The world went still. I drew the revolver, the weight of it, a familiar comfort in my palm. My hand didn't shake. My breathing was even. The silence of the desert was absolute, a perfect, unbroken canvas. But my trigger wasn't still. I raised the barrel, the setting sun glinting off the metal. One shot, one message. For them, it was the end of their journey. For me, it was just the beginning of mine. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. See you in the next one.